Cheers, how you do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you, Sláinte? Merry Christmas to you. Let me try to get something fixed real quick. There we go. Hope everybody's having a nice Christmas out there. We're doing okay here at the Beer Whisperer House. We kept it kind of simple. It's just the wife and I these days, since we've been empty nested. We do see the grandkids a lot. Our daughter and grandkids, we see them a lot. So they were going to the in-laws on Christmas. So we'll probably see them tomorrow or the next day. Who knows? Anyway, decided to pop this one. I've had since March of this year, but although it was bottled in 22, I was hanging on to it. From Beard Engine. A big shout out to Nate and Tiff out there. I love those guys. They are amazing. They've always treated the Beer Whisperer extremely well. And I've been dying to pop this one. It's amazing I've been able to wait this long because I've been wanting to open this since the day I got it, but I've been waiting and waiting, trying to hold on till Christmas, and we made it. Anyway, Beard Engine Brewing Company, Old English Old Ale, rather. This one is aged in Heaven Hill barrels, bottled in 22, batch number 2. This is our second batch, 10.2%. Show you that label. Yeah, I got this from them back in March or St. Patrick's Day of this year, but it was bottled last year in 22, so it's about a year old, I'm guessing. So English style ales is kind of their forte per se, but they do a lot of stuff that's way out of the box, right? And again, Nate and Tip out there are just such amazing people. Gosh, you really do feel those barrel notes on the nose, though. That Heaven Hill, oh boy. Oh man, that's gorgeous. I'm just going to take a drink and we'll see where we go from there. Oh, damn. Damn, that's amazing. I love barrel aged beers. I do. I'm quite on the record for saying so. But again, for me, when barrel aged beers really work the best is when they lift up the original beer rather than take over, right? We've all had barrel aged beers where all you taste is a barrel and the original beer is kind of left behind as a supporting player. Here, the original beer, the English Old Ale, still is the star of the show, but you've got a great supporting cast, right? That makes the star look even better. And that's kind of what we got going on here. There's a reason why certain actors won an Oscar wasn't necessarily because they were that great, because they had a supporting cast that made them look that great. There are a lot of overlooked supporting actors over the years. One of my favorite Christmas movies is The Holiday, and the fact that Eli Wallach didn't win an Academy Award that year is a travesty. That man was brilliant in that film, man. The man's a genius. Bruce Stern got overlooked for an Oscar a while back, and he really should have won. Another one of those great actors has been overlooked most of his career, but he's an amazing actor. Kind of got stereotyped as a villain. It seemed like every movie he did when he wasn't a villain, the movie kind of tanked. But he was great as a villain. He was great as not a villain, but unfortunately, those movies didn't do well at the box office. Anyway, not to get off track here, folks. Tom, you tend to wander. Yeah. So I've never called myself a beer reviewer, right? I don't like that moniker because the word reviewer really is it's a critic. You're a beer critic. You're there to find mistakes. You're there to find flaws. You're there to find something wrong. And I've never liked that moniker because I'm not there to find something wrong. I'm there to find something great. I want to enjoy I'd rather be a beer appreciator than a beer reviewer or a critic. I'm just somebody who loves drinking the beer. Because I'll be honest with you, when I do have that occasional clinker, I'm always crushed, right? I don't typically, there's only a small handful of videos I've published over the years that I felt a moral imperative to let the public know. But for the most part, there's a lot of videos that I've just trash canned because, I don't want to talk bad about somebody's product if I don't have to. And I never worry about that when I have Beard Engine product because those guys are just so amazing. I mean, everybody at Beard Engine is great. It's you got Nate, you got Tiff that I mentioned, all the staff, everybody that works there. I mean, their stuff is just so amazing. Whenever I get folks from out of town, I'll say, what's great in Springfield? So I'll mention the breweries that I think they ought to hit in town. But I always mention, but if you're able to take a little bit of a drive, because it's only about an hour and 15 minutes from Springfield, you really got to hit Beard Engine because they're doing some of the best beer in the country, in my particular opinion. Those guys are just great. It doesn't get better than Beard Engine, man. It just doesn't. Those guys, I mean, I've never had a clinker over there. Everything they do is just amazing. And this beer, wow. I'm really proud of myself for being able to not open this for as long as I have. I've been dying to open this since the second I bought it. So I've been hanging on to it and hanging on to it and hanging on to it. So, oh my God. I'm glad I popped it right now because it is just amazing. This beer is special, man. But the truth is, I'm not surprised. Again, Beard Engine does what they do. You have people that love beer and care about beer, and they care about people too, which I like. They treat their staff well, and they treat their their customers well as well. I just enjoy every time I'm able to visit there. Uh, Man, this is insanely good. Yeah, so you do feel those original old ale notes, as I mentioned earlier. The barrel notes, yeah. Wow. Wow, man. You do feel those barrel notes, but again, why this beer works for me is that those barrel notes don't take over the beer, they kind of lift it up. So what's being added here? You might ask, is I'm feeling some vanilla, definitely some barrel notes. I really feel those barrel notes right at the finish, though, because any sweetness the beer has or the barrel had added to it, the vanilla, uh, maybe the caramel undertones from the barrel, those that oak really helped just clean that up. So you got this beautiful, clean finish. Oh, cheese whizzle bacon, that is good, man. I don't care who you are, that's delicious. That's delicious, man. I don't care who you are, baby. Anyway, anyway, I digress. Wow, that is good, man. 10.2%, as I mentioned. Let me show you this bottle. Year 2022, batch number 2, 10.2%. 22 ounces of 22-ounce bottles. It's not quite a bomber, or I guess they are a bomber at 22. It's not quite a 750, I guess what I meant to say. Bombers are 22, 7. And then you get the 750s, which are typically about 25 ish. Biscuits, that is good, man. That's a beer. You really can't feel those barrel notes, man. Oh my goodness. Heaven Hill is no joke, man. So Merry Christmas to you all. And to all a good night. No, we're not ready for that yet. That's probably why Santa had rosy cheeks, so he was half in the bag. You're not getting rosy cheeks from milk and cookies. Oh no. Santa's been doing shots throughout the night. That's how he's got rosy cheeks. not getting rosy cheeks from milk and cookies. That's just great advertising. That's just fine marketing. That's what that is. Santa's been knocking back some stuff. Anyway, I digress. Santa's got a great marketing department. He only drinks milk and cookies. Really? Yeah. Every time I've left out Irish whiskey and pizza, he's ate it and drank it. That's all I'm saying about that. I always leave a shot of Irish whiskey. Well, I usually leave the bottle out. I pour a shot and I leave the bottle. There's usually a little more gone. I mean, a man can only have so much milk and cookies. It's kind of stereotypical at this point. What if Santa doesn't like milk and cookies? But it's all marketing, right? Man doesn't like milk and cookies, but all that gets left for him is milk and cookies. I'll leave out whiskey and old pizza, and I'll be damned if it ain't gone by morning. Anyway, I digress. But I digress. Gosh, this is brilliant, man. The English Old Ale. So I had an Imperial Stout I thought about opening, but I wanted more of a. It was a flavored Imperial Stout that had some other stuff added to it. And I said, no, I really want to open this one because I didn't want those additional flavors. I wanted kind of a pure beer tonight. That's why I popped this one. Is that traditional English or traditional English style old ale that's aged in bourbon barrels. Oh my goodness. That and the fact that I love the folks over at Beard Engine doing great beer. And they treat the Beer Whisperer very well. So anyway, I digress. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist. You're saying to me, Tom, you haven't drank the whole bottle. No, I haven't, but I figure one glass is enough. It's 10.2%. It's a big one. We're going to take a little breather. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist. I just want to make that clear. There's about half a bottle left. I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist. Prolific beer drinker, purveyor, wisdom, man. All right, good guys watching.